Why, hello there. Welcome to the stream. Before we begin, check out this Humble Bundle. Ends in 5 days. And honestly, it's not doing that well. It's all great either way because I didn't expect to have a Humble Bundle. If you had asked me, say, just over a month ago if I was going to have a Humble Bundle anytime soon, I'd say no. But, you know, this is not that many compared to last time. 2 years ago, we had a Humble Bundle, and there were just under 9,000 sold. So we're at 1/3 of that, and only 5 days left. And the weird thing is the value of this package is 2 times as much as that last one. So maybe it's the economy. I don't know. But check out the Humble Bundle. Go to infinitypbr.com and click my affiliate link up here to go to the Humble Bundle, and then check it out. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for your support. Welcome to the stream. So I don't know if you saw this hair tool from Unity. I saw a video earlier, like 30 minutes before I posted the stream, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna try that. If they have a hair tool, I'm gonna try that. So I tried it, or I'm trying it. I've installed it into the project, and it crashed my project. I installed the samples and I tried to load the sample, and that crashed the whole project. So I removed the samples, and now it's here. I've got the stuff and I don't know how to use it. I know the video looks cool. Sure wish I knew how to use it. So I've got a sphere here, and I found these two components, a hair instance and a hair boundary. Got some pretty neat inspectors here. Looks like some of the things have tooltips, maybe not all of them, but they've got some neat property drawers with these little, fold outs and stuff. Pretty neat stuff. However, I have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do. I've got a sphere. I want to add some hair to this sphere. And I just realized you can't see my whole screen. So let me look at my window real quick. I had it full screen on the wide screen, and that's not. There we go. That's better. All right, yeah. So I installed these. You tell me how to do it, because I can't figure this out. I do, but can't figure out how to use it now that it's installed. I know when I don't type things like it's correct, and I just don't care anymore. Did I rename? Am I supposed to rename the samples folder? Is that a thing? Let's see. Package manager. Samples, import, it doesn't have a tilde in the name of the samples, so let's make it a little wider. So this is the samples, minimal hair sample. There's this. I don't know what this is. In import settings. I don't know what this is. And then it's got all the stuff here. So, all right. So I'm not going to load the scene, because last time I tried to load the scene and it crashed. Hello. How are you doing, Aaron? Huh. And so I'm not going to load that, because I'm going to try something else first. We got these post. Oh, those are URP and HDRP profiles. I see. Okay. So we got some prefabs here. Whoops. Some prefabs here. Boundaries. Let's just bring that in. Oh, look at that. Okay, there's something. On this boundaries, there's a cube, sphere, other such things. Okay, and these have just a boundary. All right. Hair. Let's bring hair in. See what happens. All right. Something's happening. It hasn't been brought in yet, but we'll see. ASM def. Ah, see, mother effer. Are these done? Pending changes. I thought I already checked all these in. This is another. This is a character we're working on. While we got this open, let's just check it out. This is not rigged or animated yet. This is a forest warrior creature, and this is the project that I'm working on with Ashley, who made this wonderful creature here. And so this is what it is. I'm just going to do the super random so you can kind of see some of the looks you can get for this creature here. We still need to fix the blend shape so you can see them going through. Some of the things are not quite named right, but yeah, that's a pretty cool looking character, right? I don't know what kind of animations it's going to have, but they're going to be pretty badass, right? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't want to run into this guy in the woods. It's like a Stranger Things character. Anyways, so that appears to have been uploaded. So that's good. Check-in changes. Nothing's working. All right, we'll quit that for now. Now, let's load this up back up again. I think it's going to crash again. That's what I did before. It crashed once, and I tried to load it again and then crash again. So it's not like a treant, but it can be related to the treant, which is always a good thing because the treant exists. It's more like a tree. This is more like the protector of the tree, maybe, or something. I don't know. What's an ASMDEF? It's like ASM SMR or whatever. That's what an ASMDEF. Let's play test. What's up? When you say what's up, I only think of Scary Movie. What's up? You remember that? I'm older than many might be. Friday night streaming. That should be a TV show, Friday night stream. Isn't it? What's the TV show? Friday Night Lights. But instead of Friday Night Lights, is it Friday Night Lights, the TV show? I think it is. I've never actually watched it. Instead of that, it's going to be Friday night streams. Huh, okay. Takes any code under that directory and essentially makes a dedicated assembly for it. All right. Well, once this project actually loads again, we'll see if it crashes again. Maybe. Maybe we'll see if it crashes again. Do you know how many screenshots I take? Since July, let's see, July 24th, it looks like there's like 100 and something screenshots. It's a lot of screenshots. Just move them to the trash. I don't know. I think this is crashed. I think this is not working. I don't think this is working. I think it's frozen. I think it's frozen. Let's force quit. Bug reporter. What? I didn't say open it. I wanted to close it. Alright. I'm trying to mess with the new hair solution. The problem is I don't know how to use it, and there's no documentation. Which is really the best way to release something with no documentation. Now it keeps crashing because the samples make it crash essentially. This is the second time I've learned this lesson, so now I'm going to find that project and find the assets and find the samples and just delete that shit, because if it's making me crash, I don't want it in my project. Yeah, so I can't figure out how to use the new hair solution. is the problem. I know. I have a thing in my heart for Unity, but make a big splash with a video. You put out the lion video a couple days ago. People are excited. Then you drop this one on a Friday. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a new hair tool. Excellent. Everybody wants to try it. And then everybody wants to stop using Unity because there's no documentation. It's frustrating as hell. Like, come on. And what I found funny, it's not criticism of Unity, but I suppose, but some of these were 3 years ago. So they've had 3 years that they've been working on this, apparently. And there's no documentation. There's an image. There's one image in the documentation folder. Header crop. I'm assuming that's this. And then it tells you what it is. It tells you requirements. It tells you the features. It tells you the installation, which I was happy with because I had no idea how to install this. And that's it. And that's it. All right, so let's try again. We're going to create a sphere. And on this sphere, we're going to add hair stuff. So I found these things. Hair color throws issues. Ah, that's my issue. Okay, so that's not, it just happens to be hair. And so I've got this hair boundary and this hair instance. I don't know what this hair instance is. There's a lot of stuff on it, but I don't know what it is. I'm going to dock this down here. I know. Just a basic, hey, here's how you bring up the groom tool. Because I've been looking through this. Maybe I missed it. Let's look through again. Window. Panels, no. Search, I don't know. Layouts, no. Not Infinity PBR. I would have docs. Something. General. Nope. Rendering. Nope. 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 All right. So there's nothing there. Nothing here. Components. Doesn't look like scripts. There's only these two scripts. Miscellaneous. Playable. Layout. Time up. Rendering. Maybe rendering. Or not. Video. Audio. Not video, right? Nope. Navigation. Physics. Shouldn't be physics. Effects. Nope. Mesh. Nope. All right. Game objects. We're not creating a new object. I wouldn't think that they have a new object. Create. You mean like, is that the context menu? I don't see anything here. I see nothing. Nothing. This is why Fluffy's better for now. Fluffy's better if for no other reason because you can use it. That's why it's better. I want to use this, but alas, there appears to be no actual way to use it. Right click somewhere in the project. All right. Create 2D. Oh, I need to make this smaller again. And then I saw hair just as I said I need to make this smaller again. Sorry, apologies for folks. I didn't make it smaller. All right, and now I'm going to make this wider so we can all see. All right. Hair. Hair asset. Is that a thing? Oh, okay. Okay, we got a hair asset. Test hair. All right. We got something. Saying build strand groups. And it crashes. You know, it does say it works with this version of Unity. All right. let's try another thing then. Let's make a new project. Hair, or test hair. I always have to put test. Oh, I've already done that, huh? Live. We're gonna do a 221.3 instead of 2020.3, and we'll try again. See if this time it doesn't crash. I know, Fluffy works. My lord, what the heck is the world coming to? I long for the day when something gets released and people are like, holy shit, that works really well. Or at least, holy shit, that works. All right, package manager. So to install this, we gotta copy this right here. Go to package manager, not that. Package manager. Add from git URL, add. All right, we'll install this now once it does its thing. Okay. Earlier I was pressing this update button thinking that it needed to be updated, but it didn't. It just was a button that re-imports. So it's really a re-import button, not an update button. How's everyone doing on a Friday night or early Saturday morning? All right. All right. Let's do it. Rockapella. What comes after that? Do it, Rockapella. I know you know it. All right. What are we doing? Create hair asset. Test hair. All right. Nope. I report a bug. Unity crashed. Try to use the hair tool. Create a hair tool. Click the button and crash. I need to specify how often it happens. How do you specify how often it happens? Crash. Oh, up here. Always. Send. Such a pain to send a bug report. I'm tired. Is that what you're asking, how I am? I'm tired. I need to go to bed at a reasonable hour, but I have not been doing that. And I had my brother's kids over for last weekend, so now I have Netflix on the TV, so I watched the rest of Stranger Things season 4. And I have to say, I had seen the first episode a while back when it came out, but that's it. And I watched the rest. The middle part was okay, pretty good, but that last episode was just crap. It was just bad writing after bad writing after why is it so long? This is bad writing, you know? All right. So now I'm not gonna press that button now, because if I press build strand groups, it's gonna crash. So I don't know. This looks like I can't bring it into the scene. It looks like a scriptable object or something. So I don't know the difference here. I don't know the difference there. LOD clusters, placement, primitive. All that stuff, I don't know what those are. Strand count, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Curl, ooh, curl, that's cool. Okay. The only other thing to do is this. Maybe I need an object in the scene with a hair thing on it. Hair boundary. settings, bind to component, type, sphere maybe. All right. Can I put this on here? Is that how it works maybe? No. No. Okay. Nope. All right. Ready for a crash? I should save a scene. Save the scene. Oh, we're saving the sample scene. Okay. You're addicted. Do we need to have an intervention for you? All right. Ready? I'm going to click the auto button instead. And it crashed. All right. I do wonder if it actually works at all. Because it seems to just crash. I'm not even going to... Yes, I want to quit. I don't want to report the bug anymore. I'm over-reporting the bug. It's taking too long. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm being let down. I feel like this stream is actually a clickbait now because we're not doing shit with hair. And, yeah. We can do all this. We can do all that. Build strand groups. Well, pretty sure it doesn't work. What is this? I don't know what kind of object this is. Create hair asset. New hair asset. A voicemail? You know, the only people who actually call me are scams now. Just like you. Yep. That's a shame. I know, me too. I don't know what to do. I feel like we're all bored now. Well. Yep. Is yours working? Does yours crash? Maybe it's only Mac. Maybe they didn't test on a Mac. Maybe they're like, it will work on all computers. We don't have to test on Macs. Nobody uses Macs anyways. We don't care about Macs. Copyright 2020. Is that when the hair tool thing first was demoed? I don't think so. Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry, folks. I got nothing. I got no ideas. Hair test HDRP. Let's do an HDRP one. Do I have to download the template? All right. Create project. Hair test HDRP. Huh. Well, it might just be Windows. Maybe it only works on Windows and they just didn't say that. Like, nobody tested on a Mac and they didn't say it doesn't work on a Mac. Windows only. I can load up my PC, but I can't show you what I see when I load up my PC. Gosh. I mean, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a like, even though, honestly, you shouldn't like this one. This one's pretty boring. So I wouldn't fault anyone for saying, nah, I'm going to forego that thumbs up for this one. But otherwise, yeah, give it a thumbs up. Oh, man. All right, we're in HDRP now. HDRP. I got a wizard. That's good. It's a fantasy game, I guess. All right, let's install this. Again, copy that. Roger, roger. Package manager. Don't they mean package personager? Let's see. Add from get URL. Let's add it. I'm going to install the samples now because I'm figuring the crash is going to happen whether I install the samples or not. So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it doesn't, then great. Maybe the head rip version is all we needed. And by the way, we should all start calling HDRP head rip from now on. If people are able to call built-in burp and URP ERP, then HDRP is definitely head rip. Okay, we're importing those. We got the samples open. Oh, it's reloading script assemblies. All right. Ready for a crash? Scenes. Yep. All right, screw this. Well, the thing is, I don't have any backup things to show you all. Like I showed the Humble Bundle. By the way, if you haven't seen it, go out and support this Humble Bundle. You got 5 days left. It's not performing well, and it's a shame. This was supposed to fund the next year of hiring new people to work on Infinity PBR stuff. Instead, it will hire people for the next 3 months or so. Oh well, that's still better than nothing. What can you do? And I got nothing. I got stuff I'm working on, but I showed the Forest Warrior. I can show that again. I can answer questions if anyone has any questions. I could play Hearthstone. I could... Who knows? There's some overlap, but there's a lot of new stuff too. But really, I was thinking all the new people, most of the people I would expect are going to be brand new, because I know I don't have 2,000, maybe too many bundles. I know I don't have 2,000 actual customers, like people who come around all the time and say hi and whatnot. So the idea was that there'd be, you know, last time we had Humble Bundle, there was 9,000, just under 9,000 sales, which is pretty stellar. And so I figured maybe it would be about that, maybe more because the Jason Weimann thing, and then also there's more stuff in it now. There's twice as much stuff as there was last time. But which one is my favorite? That's tough. I mean, the dragon's always a good one. The humans are always great, especially with the armor. Is always amazing. I've always, though, liked the Serpent Warrior, Mimics and Chests, and Medusa. Those three I've always liked. So maybe those. So this armor, I actually made this one red because you can change the color just by making it darker. Originally it was black, but I decided to make it red instead. Red instead. Same with the body. They're very similar. I haven't added the eyes yet. That's why the eyes are white. And the blend shapes aren't fully working, but Forest Warrior, not yet rigged. Work in progress. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. Nice. I like the music in the Mimics pack. The music is good. Let's see. All right. If this is, you know what project I haven't loaded in a while, and it's too bad. Is the actual game I'm working on. Do you know that there's a bug in the hub where, here we go, sometimes projects will just disappear from the list? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe they will wait until the last moment. I don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe it's more exciting if you buy it right before you can't anymore. The last thing I was doing on my video game project was nav mesh stuff, and I couldn't figure it out. And now I've been so far removed. Oh, you know what I could show is the caves. I've been working on that too. Maybe I'll load up that project as well. The caves is pretty exciting. It's part of an environment pack I'm working on. Stone and caves. Stone environment and caves, something like that. It's inspired by New World, the video game, A New World, and it includes the caves, which it's been years, absolutely years. Now everything's taking forever to load. It's been a long time. Yes, modular caves with massive flexibility. I should show them because they're pretty interesting. I use blend shapes to change the shape of the caves, so you can change the shape of the cave to your liking. Within reason, of course, and also there's a lot of presets. So let's see. Let me bring it in. Let's see. Remove the Minotaur. Are we seeing the full screen here? Almost the full screen. Bring it over a little bit. If it, well, it's too much is going on right now. It's a lot of hearts. You like my console? It's pretty filled with hearts. You're in the cave. Yeah. That's another thing that I think Unity had released and didn't quite work right when they released it, was the face thing. And now I haven't used it for a while. Maybe it's better, but yeah. I think this is opening the other project too. I want this one. Okay. So stone and shared. We'll add those two. I don't actually need to add them, but it means the demo scenes are going to be up here instead of the big list of demo scenes. So stone environment. This is not the one I want though. This is not the scene I want. I want the prefab creation scene, which is not automatically brought in. Oh, goblin caves. Yeah, it does make sense to fill the caves with goblins. So this is a high-level overview of the stones. And what's neat about the stone part here is that these objects, I have a custom shader for them. So if we take this object right here and duplicate it, bring this up. So if we look at it in the inspector, you'll see it's about 50 to 60 times its normal size. If we bring it back to its normal size, it's much smaller. It looks like this. And we turn the gizmos off, so it looks like this, which is just a nice little rock, you know, no big deal. But ooh, look at that. That's a weird look. What's going on with it, right? And that's because it's got a special shader I've built for it. so that as it grows, it's got a little bit of blending between a couple textures so that it still kind of looks good when it's big, and you can make it grow bigger, 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 and then you can make big rocks out of it or small rocks, your choice. And yeah, so there's that. There's some light map issues here. Lighting, let me just clear baked data, because I think that's from the baked data. No, it's not. Yes, 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 no, yes, maybe. Burp. Real timer scales? Did it crash? No. Alright. There we go. So that's a little better. Alright. So there's no longer baked lighting, but what can you do? Yeah, and so... And then there's all these stone bits as well. And these stone bits, I don't know if you've noticing these mossy parts at the top. They work pretty well with vertex painting, because I have on them, instead of just a regular old everyday boring stupid material, they have on a environment detail material, which I'm calling these material inspectors. What do we got here? Blocks 1, stone 5. It's supposed to be environment detail. That's right. I changed the name. Anyways, you can do vertex blending, and if I do load up one of these, which one? Ah, here we go. You can see that there are multiple options for you, and you can set detail textures, default textures, blah 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 blah, all this stuff, and then you can paint vertex paint on them to make them more interesting. So you can do that, but this is not the caves. So that was all that. I got distracted. All right, it's probably down here. Stone prefab creation. We're also working on towers. That's coming along a little slower than we'd like. As usual, everything's slower. Real-time rascals. Getting baked. Welcome, Jason. Nice to see you. You missed all the fun where Unity just crashed on the hair thing, so now this entire stream is clickbait. Not on purpose. I really did want to use the hair, but it crashes. I can't use it. Alright, so what is this? This is room. Okay, so let me show you what I was doing. And, oh, this is an interesting thing. I was facing a problem, actually, and then I didn't finish solving it. So we have an interesting thing here. We'll work in this cave group too, which of course is not a group yet. It's by itself. But each of these cave objects now, and I'm going to turn gizmos back on, has these little connectors. This connector thing I created. And so now, if I do cache objects, it's going to search all the prefabs for other objects with connector objects. Hello, Oliver. How are you doing? Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. Boom, boom. Shh. Jason's story. He'll be here all the week. All the week. Once this goes through all my stuff, it's still, by the way, opening the other project. I think it crashed. I think I need to just make the other one force quit because it's clearly not loading. All right, so now we've got all these other cave pieces, and there are a lot of cave pieces. Like I said, the caves are blend shapeified, but I've exported all these versions. So like this is the F cave, and there's all these different versions of the F cave. So now if I load up F cave A, for instance, I can bring this over and it will attach itself right there. What's really neat is that I can just go to the next cave and the next cave and the next cave and the next cave and so on and so forth. So you can see how these caves work. And there's a whole slew of caves that you can go from, and eventually it'll go away from the F caves to these caves, and then to other caves. And this is where it gets dicey, because sometimes it lines up perfectly and sometimes it doesn't, and math is not my strong suit. But this cave, for instance, if we just kind of go inside, it looks like this. Most of the time there's no seams, by the way, between, but every once in a while there's slight seams, and unfortunately that's not going away. So there's going to be other objects to bridge the gap there in case there's that. But I mean, if you make it black, people won't really notice, but when the background is light, you can see the little seams. But anyways, so yeah, this cave goes up a ways, and then of course if you select this one, now you can oops, there we go. This one has a connection down there already. Why aren't my gizmos showing on this one? That's weird that the gizmos aren't showing here. But as you can see, it doesn't always line up, and that's the frustration part. I want it to always line up, and I just couldn't figure out the math to make it always line up. But the idea is that now you can use these to just make new. See? I don't know what the deal is. Just to make connections, essentially. You can lock them. There we go. Oh, and that needs to be one that goes up. Which one goes up? Maybe cave F. Next connector. Nope. Nope. Ah, too high. What the heck? Well, you get the idea. Treant. I know the treant has a lot of animations. So there are textures planned. What do we got here already? So this also uses the same texturing material thing. So this is Caves Infinity Stone 1. And there are already 6 different Infinity Stone things. And they can use just normal materials. There's nothing, they don't require anything special on them. But this is the standard shader one. Okay. And then this is the not standard shader one. And yeah, and you can see it's double-sided, so it goes from single-sided to double-sided. So now we're inside the cave. And let's see. Caves Infinity. So we go to my material inspectors, caves. Is this the one we're on? Let's find out. It is. So now you can see how these work. So we got our material inspector here. Oh, I guess the color had been different. You can desaturate the texture if you want. You got your normal map, so you can, if you want to boost the intensity, you can. For some reason, the intensity always looks like it's not enough for these, and I'm not exactly sure why. A gauntlet pack. That'd be cool. Yeah, something like that, El Sporco. That's the idea. I'd use the rocks to make organic things, and I'm not sure exactly how yet. It's a work in progress. And then you got the detail texture. If you turn it off, you can see, especially if we get close, turning this on and off, you can kind of see the detail. So it is much more it has that nice detail when you get closer with it on. Same deal, you can choose the texture, you can choose the intensity of the normal map. The buttons make it easier, and then you've got these options as well here to change the scaling. You do have the option of triplanar or not triplanar as well. If you don't use triplanar, there will be seams. So like this right here is going to exist, and that's a shame in the rear end. So it's a good idea to use triplanar, and you can play with the tiling as well if you wanted to. But if you use triplanar, then it will go more nicely, and you can of course still play with the tiling if you so choose. You can see how that goes. You can also make it object space instead of world space. World space is better because then at the seams the texture actually will blend over the seams. We could see that right here if I bring the material over. Where is the material now? Where did it go away to? If I bring this material onto this cave as well, now when you look at the two seams, you can't, well, you can kind of see it, but the textures basically blend, and even if I move these over at all, where's my gizmo? I wish I could move these with the transform tool up there without, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Without having them match. Okay. So now if I move these together, you can see that the texture actually isn't moving. That's because it's world space. So it's a real trippy experience when you're just looking at it. It's like, that looks weird, but then you let go and it's like, oh no, it looks fine now. So that's why using the world space triplanar is better. There's still a little bit of a seam with the lighting that you can see. Or maybe it's not the lighting. Let's see. Let's create a light. Getting this one produced years ago. It was produced years ago, and I just never finished it. Sorry. Was a pain in the butt. There was a guy who did it, and he did it all wrong, and he still expected to be paid, and I was really upset with him because he didn't do things right. But yeah. So you can see there, there is a seam. It's between those two lines, but largely, if you're not paying attention, there you go. You can see it right there. You can't really see it. And then if the camera, where's my camera? Scene objects. If your camera has a solid color of black, then, oh, well, all right. Maybe it's a lighting. Wherever the skybox, if you remove the skybox, yeah. None. Or what do I do? Ah, here we go. Nope, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. You get the idea. Anyways, so yes, that's that, and that's the caves. So still more work to be done. Whoops, wrong button. I shouldn't have deleted that. Because there's just there's more work to be done. Yeah. I've tried Fiverr, and I've had mostly bad experiences with Fiverr. No, actually, the 50% gray. Sorry, I've been keeping up on the. I'm selling stones. The gray color in the material inspector is like an overlay color, and at this that's the actual texture color. You can go higher and it looks white or dark, but the actual texture is that middle gray, or the actual color is the middle gray. Yeah, but it means you can also make it more brown if you wanted to or something, just doing stuff like that. Yeah. Magical pigs. Fiverr. Oh my gosh. I've had mostly bad experiences on Fiverr. It's It's where you go lose your money. Most of the time. But not all the time. Every once in a while. The Forest Warrior was made on Fiverr, and Ashley is now no longer working on Fiverr with my projects. She's just working with me on my projects, which is better than Fiverr, because Fiverr took some of the money, and she deserves it more than Fiverr does. All right, so yeah, so that's the idea, and I think somewhere in here I also have. Oh, you know, I didn't show you. I didn't show you the actual morphable caves yet, which is really exciting. What's this? Why is this? Oh yeah, these are still here. I will delete them. All right, morphable cave. So if we take this F cave, for instance, it looks like this. Pretty standard, an F-shaped cave with a little thing on the side. But we've got the blend shapes manager, and now we have these. So these generally will go up and down at the full value. They'll be like 1 meter or 2 meters or something like that. I've got a global modifier. I re-added this to the blend shapes manager because Unity has a bug in some versions, not all, where it will double the value of blend shapes, which was making things pretty extreme. So we got a rise on each one of these outlets. So you can mix and match as you see fit. You can make them all tall, make one extra small, however you want there. We have different areas that you can expand and contract, which is pretty neat. Another one, so you can mix and match there. Another one here. And these features, some of them have features which, you know, will often be like a push out or a pull out, or a something on the ground or something. So this is like, oh, I want to put a treasure box there and I don't want to block the road, you know, or something like that. You could do that, or like a shrine or something. You could throw stuff in there. Yeah, so that's cool, right? I think that's cool. And then of course, I didn't. Let me make a random one. Whoops. Just gonna add the blend shapes here. Set all random. Activate. So you can kind of get a sense of some all the different things you can do with this one piece of cave. The important thing is most of these you're going to put them at 100, 0, or negative 100 because they'll match that way. Like if I'm going to make a duplicate of this so that I can play with it. We'll just bring this out here. All right, so we'll make another duplicate. We'll bring this over here, match it with here. It's not matched. There it is. Whoops, still not. All right, so now they're matched. Oh, no, it's not. Gosh darn it. All right, why is it not matched? Ah, that's why, -4. All right, so now that's matched. That's great. So what happens if we bring this one up? Not that one, not that one, not that one. 4th time's the charm. So if we bring this up to 1 and we bring this one up to 1, nope, as well, then they still match, which is great. Now you could of course bring this one to 50 and then this one will have to come to 50 as well. Luckily they should match still. So if they have the same value, then they should match. The vertex snapping does not work well. Oh, you want to be an admin now, huh? Yeah. Why didn't I do that before? I should have done that before. Oliver, by the way, for folks who don't know Oliver, you should get to know Oliver. Oliver is handling the stuff on Unreal. Where are you? MNO. Is your name not Oliver? Or maybe you're in a different list. Oliver, what's your name on Discord? I should know this. Let's see. I know I've messaged you recently. It's Oliver. Let me see. Can I add you here? Nope. Sometimes I'm inept with my technology, by the way. Unreal update. So you've posted recently. In Unreal questions and answers. There you are. Okay, finally. Roles. You have 0 roles? What the heck? You are now an admin. And a dev. Alright. There you go. You're an admin now. What? Raise the roof. The Discord bot is working out. I think I haven't used it for whoops. I haven't used it for any like support blocked things yet. I haven't even put up instructions on how to use the bot. But every once in a while I will see it make the change the URL to the asset store with the affiliate code. So that's nice. Right? That's nice. I think it's nice. Yeah, so that's cool. I think I need to add a thing to the connector script actually, that if you change the blend shapes of one, it changes the other. But I don't know. The connector doesn't know which blend shape it is. So that's just something you have to manually do if you use the blend shapes. The reality is there's shit tons of prefabs. You don't need to use the morphable ones. And if you do, there is this tool. If you've ever wondered what this tool does, save as meshes, that's what it does. You can export a skin mesh renderer as a mesh renderer, and that's how I create the meshes. So that's how I did that. So there you go. And then we got all these different stone things. Traversable rocks is what we're calling the big rocks that you can walk on. Small rocks, which are very similar to the traversable ones, and just because they're small, you could just make them big, and they look just fine when they're big. So small rocks is a lie. We're lying to you, not on purpose. And then cavern stones as well. So these look like this, and they're intended to be inside the caves or whatnot. And there's just a few different versions of a few different types. So you can add those to the caves as well. It's going to take some time to do all the prefabs, I think. But you can imagine how you can utilize those inside the caves. And the caves also, these are, yeah, some additional ones that were made. Mix and match, make some desert scenes. Pretty cool, pretty radical. And the cave segments, there are larger rooms as well. So this one is somewhat built out. That's the light. So you can see I've got some of this down here. I got small rock groups. Make it easier to place those, but I think I'm going to use one of those tools that just uses physics to make things fall. So there's some groups, some rooms. There's more than this. Is just a couple that I was playing with, but there's this one has this spiral thing in the middle. This is itself a mesh that you can turn on and off. This was really just me playing around with things, trying to see how it looks and how it feels. But this you can go up and up. And was this used? No, this wasn't used in my game of the Barbarian. I used another cave thing that I had to have modified. This one also has this light from up here. I wonder what this looks like. I've never actually seen it with the spotlight. So I'm going to create a spotlight. We'll put the spotlight over here. We will angle it down, I guess. All right. All right, and then we'll make it super long. And wonder why it's not working. Oh, it is. It's just not very strong. Aha. There we go. So I guess the angle needs to be fixed a little bit to go on the there. Oh yeah. So I guess a directional light would do the same thing. So one of the things I would love to add to my own project is this, whoa. But then you get this stupid issue. Why does it do this? Why does it go through all the seams? You have to like add either blocks to it to cover it, or what if you change the material to double-sided? Does that change things? Not really. It still comes through. Yeah, that's annoying. But anyways, what I was going to say is I want to add a thing to the game that when it's a certain point, like this goes up or something, and when it hits a part, it, you know, that's the time that you have to be in there to do something cool. Kind of like Indiana Jones, basically. I don't know why it's just pure white, though. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because I have the intensity up a ton. There we go. That's why. Yeah. So. Where's this part coming from? Oh, it's coming from outside. I see. Yeah. I have the power. I used to love He-Man when I was a kid. Yeah, I should send it to you, and you can tell me what you think. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. It does need soft shadows. You do, huh? You know, I have a soft spot in my heart for Unistorm. Have you seen Unistorm on the asset store? If you go to infinitypbr.com and click on the See All Assets, it will be my affiliate link. I appreciate that when you use my affiliate link. And then if you go to Unistorm, oh, by the way, there's a sale going on right now, and none of my stuff is selling. I feel like what did I do? I feel like I hit back and it didn't actually work. Anyways, my stuff isn't. Wait a minute. This is the wrong page. Huh. Interesting. Well, I feel like my stuff just doesn't sell anymore. The beginning, actually, the start of this month was a pretty brisk month, but then once the sale started, things tanked, and nobody's purchased any of my 2 assets on sale. So I don't know. It's the RPG character complete bundle is on sale, and it's really far down the list now. Complete. There it is. Maybe it's because I changed the thumbnail and nobody likes the new thumbnail. Yee. Anyways, Unistorm. I have a soft spot in my heart for Unistorm. This was like one of those inspiring assets when I first started using Unity like a decade ago. This was up there, and I was like, I want to use that. So I still want to use Unistorm. Cozy weather. I think I have. See, I bought this in 2015. Never used it in a real project, though. Cozy weather. But yeah, I haven't used this yet. I've never opened it up. Is this all for stylized looks, or do they do non-stylized looks as well? Oh, it's got music. That's nice. It looks like it's all stylized, which is cool. That's cool. It's cool. I don't know. Wait, what was made by Kevin Smith? You may have seen your logo. All right. Yeah, so there's other rooms too. I'm gonna delete this. We don't need that right there in the prefab. I think I'm gonna need to hire someone just to do world building for this package, because I feel like the demo scenes are gonna need to be really spectacular to make people want to buy this cave over other caves or whatnot. But there's a lot of rooms. There's 10 different rooms, and each one has different things. Room 10 is huge, and it has a bunch of, it's got this tiny entrance on the side here, and then there's a big giant room, and then it matches really well with these other room 10s. So like room 10B connects, so you can make a giant room. And then room 10 C and D do even more of that, but have different entrances and whatnot. So that has like a really tall entrance. What is room D? I think D must stand for dead end. So yeah, it's a dead end one. You can flip those around too to close it off. So I could take this over here, flip it over 180, and then bring it back. I don't think, yeah, vertex doesn't work too well on these because there's too many vertexes to vertex. But so now you've got this giant room, cave room thing. So that's room 10. We saw room 9. What's room 8? Oh yeah, room 8 is actually just a wall. The idea would be like maybe you have another one on the other side, and in the middle there's just a big empty pit. Room 7. Same deal, just a wall, but a smaller wall. 6B. Room with multiple entrances. Yeah. So there's a lot here. Oh, this is supposed to go inside room 5. So you can mix and match things here as well, with all the different blend shapes. See whichever ones work for your project and your scene that you're going for. Good candidate for using the mesh morphing versions and making your own as well. Room 4 is this one where you're down here and the sky is way up there, and the sky is open, perhaps. Room 3 is this kind of snake down room where it snakes down and around. Yep. So there's stuff. And then there's the tower project we're working on too. Where's that? Demos. Towers prefab creation. You know a guy, huh? Is that for the world building? I'm not good at world building. I've learned this. I've learned that I'm just not good at it. I want to be good at it. I admire. I mean, it's kind of like I want to be a great singer as well and play the guitar and make the ladies swoon with my silky voice, but it's just not happening. I have to use my wit instead, which is really a lot harder than just singing. Anyways, we're working on this tower project as well. Work to be done. This is still work in progress. We got these little hallways that we've been testing with, and they're going to be changed a little bit, but there's a lot of different towers here, and so we got circle towers in 4 meter, 8 meter, and 16 meter sizing. That's the diameter of the tower. Each one will have these door holes that you can turn on and off, and I think some of these I've set up with the prefab child manager as well. Let me show a different one that doesn't have all that stuff. We also have squares and octagons. So let's check out the square one. We'll check out a square tower. We'll do an 8 meter one. And I'm actually going to duplicate this so I can just bring it out and play with it. Okay. So on this, you've got these, and they have the same shader as the cave. So as you move this around, you can put a standard shader on it, but you don't have to. So you can just kind of stack these up, and just make them taller and taller and taller, as tall as you want your tower to be. It's your tower. You do what you want with it. And then each one, of course, has these different things, so you can open up the doors. And you can go through, and there's going to be interiors. The interiors are going to be optional, so you don't have to use them. Save on meshes. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is the window, because they also have window spots. So you can go in. They got doors and windows on all the sides, and then maybe one up here. You can just take all the windows, and you can use the prefab and prefab manager for this as well. So you can turn the windows. Why aren't the windows? Do I have 2 towers here? Huh. That's weird. I'm not sure why that's not showing it, but anyways, there's more stuff. What else do we have on the squares? We've got tops, so different tops you can use to top it off. I want to duplicate that. Don't want to mess up my scene. Miscellaneous things of stairways. We're going to have stairways on the outside, stairways on the inside. Rings, especially if you are not using my material, you might want these rings to cover up any seams. So there's a few different of these, different styles here. This one needs to be a bit bigger, it looks like. And these also work really well going underneath the lips and stuff. So there's those options. Put these back. Yeah, so just stuff. Lots of stuff to build your own towers. Originally there were going to be some towers in the medieval environment pack, but then I realized I wanted to just make them their own thing, because I wanted so much more out of them than just basic towers. So again, we got octagon towers too. Yep. So yeah. Hello. It is very hairy. It's a hairy situation. It crashes on a Mac. Well, Oliver, the extra value is about $5 US. No, it's just for covering the seams. So if you have two towers, or not two towers, huh? What are we, hobbits? Come on. But let me just bring this out. So if I bring this on, bring this up, oops, duplicate it, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Ignore these door things; they're not going to be there. Oh, by the way, here's an issue. This is because of the triplanar. So for the octagon ones, you might not want to use the triplanar because there's going to be this point, and if you rotate, you can see what's going on here. See, it's because of the triplanar that the blending can kind of mess it up. Let's say that instead of that, you have this on it, right? Whoa. So you've got this on that and stone standard down here and stone standard 2 here. And for some reason you're like, oh, I like that. And look, there might be actually a small seam here too between the floors. That's going to have to be fixed. Yeah, look at that. There's a small gap there. So that's an issue. That'll have to be fixed. So let's say that you've got different textures, and then you can take the rings for the 8 meter one and bring that up, and ignoring these door frames that shouldn't be there. And now you can cover the seam transition between the two. And they just add some nice depth and texturing to the tower, some actual silhouette. So if you don't want a straight solid tower, you could do it like that. And of course, these will work really well when you build them together as well. And I think I might have some examples of that already. These are things I do in my spare time right now, which is not much time. Built out prefabs. So we got some built out towers here already. Now, of course, we're still working on it, so they've got different things, but you can get the idea. So this one, you'd come in at the top. The ground's actually below. This is below ground, but you got these supports here as well. There's a lot of extra bits that come with it. I can show those in a second. So there's those ones. Here's an octagon tower. Another one. And another one. So this one's really beefy looking. Like you put this in a mountain scene or something, and it's got this little offshoot there too, so you can use those. Put this in a big mountain scene, I wouldn't want to have to rush up that and fight whatever that is, you know? Some small circle tower with lots of windows. So they were doing interiors as well, so you can build your own interiors out. The idea is that, you know, you'll be able to build all your own towers however you want, and then populate the middle for whatever you want as well. So this one, you got a catwalk on the edge here, and then this stairway that goes up to there. Big supports on the side, top like that. This one's neat. This one is like a gatehouse in the middle. We got some of those as well. More work to be done on those because this needs to have different textures on it, so it looks right. I guess this would be the outside one. This is the inside. Yeah. And then what's this one look like? This one's neat. Again, still work in progress, more work to be done. But this one, the outside stairs can be a spiral. So we're going to make it so that it can actually be a spiral without these steps going down like that. But you could make a spiral stair going all the way up. And I think this one also, yeah, because of that, you can also have a part that goes inside underneath into a different doorway. So so mixing and matching this with like the medieval environment would be really neat as well, I think. Yeah, there's all these different supports. Look at them all stacked on top of each other. Miscellaneous things. So the big gate. Bridge. Mega gate. Not MAGA gate. Get it together. Some small stairs. Big gate for the 8mm, just a wall segment. Yeah. So, more work to be done. This one does not have snap spots. I was thinking about the snap stuff. The connector is what I'm calling it right now. I would probably add it to the dungeon, maybe. I'm not sure. The dungeon's really easy to populate. That does work with vertex snapping much more easily. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's easy enough to make these without the snap thing. This would be the tower pack. It will be out in 2026 at this rate. 2026. I do want to do some sci-fi. That was talked about at the last Game Dev show, I think it was. We have rings. We don't have the Infinity Stone. We have stones we're working about, not the stone. We have rings, though. And some gauntlets, I suppose, with the human pack and whatnot. But I do want to do sci-fi stuff. But yeah. So those are some of the things we're working on. What else? We got the Banshee coming up. The Banshee character. What other characters do I have? Let me see. Asset store work. Yeah. I need to clean up this folder. I've got stuff from 2016 sitting here. Did I ever show anyone these? These are old. Let's load it up and see what it looks like. I'm gonna have to load it in Painter. So I once decided to try making a Disney Pixar style stuff, and then I never released it because that happens from time to time. Look at that. Is this cute? I should get this rigged up, shouldn't I? His eyes are a little freaky. I think I need to redo it though, because this eyes should be on a different texture now. It's just time, you know? Not enough time in the time. Thank you for buying the Humble Bundle. I appreciate that. So that is a goblin, and there's the outfit as well. Of course, modular. Do you know when this was made? 2019. It's been 3 years. I shouldn't laugh, but it's been 3 years. 3 freaking years. Let's see what the human looks like. So this is the human. I guess I never finished the armor on the human. It's not bad, right? Looks like a Ken doll. No butt crack. There's a seam right here, though. That's frustrating. And then there's the female. So this one I was doing slightly different than the high fidelity ones, where I was going to have the male, the female, and then I was going to have an old man, an old woman, etc. Maybe I should get these rigged. Maybe I'll do that tonight or something. So she's got her armor rigged or colored, textured. Oh, what's this? Oh, that was, I think it's just the substance then. But there's the seam here. I need to figure that out. But yeah, you can see the clipping. I think I would need to redo these with a new method. But yeah, armor. There we go. It's pretty good. Pretty decent. I think the idea was they've got mouths, inner mouths, so they'd be able to talk and stuff. So I've got those. What else has not ever been released that we still have in the works? Hydra. The Hydra has never been released. This is another one that the problem is I know it's going to be a pain in the ass to animate, and so we're always prioritizing other things in front of it. But it's pretty badass, so we need to figure it out. And it's got 5 heads. Oh, they can't be turned on. The heads, it uses the same heads from the Dragon pack. So there's actually, 3 different styles. And this whole idea was that you can cut off the heads. So you get this kind of bloody mess. So that's the Hydra. But the animation is going to be a pain. And that's weird. And that seems annoying too. I hate seams. I hate them. I hate them. It's too shiny. I don't think I textured this one myself. Somebody else did this texturing. But it's fine. We have to make different versions. So we got that one. There are more in the works. Wolf. And what's cool about the wolf is similar to the horse. It's the same rig as the Malber's animations wolf. Oh no, this is another one. This was a not Fiverr, but I think a CG trader, and somebody like tried to make me pay a lot of money for something that ended up being really, really, really crappy. Yeah. So that wolf. But there is one. Wasp, huh? Okay, where's the other ones? There are more. It's exciting to show people what is not yet done. Might not be done for a while. Demon Dog, I think it's called. The wings is a thing. Dragonling. Gotta get this one out. Gotta get them all out, right? I know. I do worry too much. I need to remember. I need to play other games and realize, oh, there's so much clipping in New World, which just came out. So there's this guy. See, the eyeball needs to be moved on this one too. I need to get this one updated. Maybe when we do the animation process, we'll update it so the eyeball's on a separate texture. He's got armor and a tail. That's cool. It's supposed to be like a dragon monster thing. Demon Dog. Yeah, so this is the one that is rigged to... It's being animated right now. So this one's actually probably... This in the Banshee are the next two to come out probably. And this one is rigged to the Malber's animations one. So you can use all the Malber's amazing animations. We're adding our own animations. And Katie was actually thinking, okay, well, what animations did Malber's not do? Because Malber's did a ton. So there's a few different dogs. This one I kind of like. Is just a material, a smart material or something. But I thought that was an interesting look, so I decided to keep it because it kind of looks like a doll. But we got this. And I was really hoping the fur would do this one as well. And I think this one we updated the eyes so that the eyes are a separate texture. But I was really hoping the fur would work on this. Ha 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 ha. Just saw the hair package comment. Oh yeah, I should probably not have this many open. That's gonna crash my computer real fast. All right. Yeah, so there's a few demon dogs, but I think with fluffy fur, this could look like a wolf as well. So it remains to be seen. It was intended to be a demon dog, a zombie dog, not a wolf. It wasn't intended to be a wolf, so the textures are certainly leaning into this demon dog look versus a wolf. As you can see, this is not quite your friendly neighborhood dog, but should be pretty cool. All right, don't save. And the last one, I think the last one, is the Banshee and the angel wings. If anyone knows a really good animator, send them my way, please, because I can't figure out how to get the wings set up properly to work with humans and the animations and all that. And the wings, they're the same wings from the Pegasus, which is awesome, by the way. But they're set up for humans, so technically you can just... I've never played Resident Evil or seen the movies. I'm glad you like it, though. The wings you'd be able to just throw on a human and then fly. They come with animations, humanoid animations, and it would just work. And they'd be rigged just like the armor stuff, so if with any of my stuff you could just throw them on, and now you've got an angel or a dark angel or whatever the hell you want to call them. This one's taking a long time to load. Taking bets on whether or not it will load. Oh, it did. All right. I showed this in a stream a while ago. So this is another character that's getting close to being done. A Banshee. She flies. She's got giant hands, long limbs, and she should be scary. Eyes are on a different mesh, which is great. I made 10 different textures for the body. That's crazy. So expect this one to come out soon as well. All right, so that's all the previews I got for you. And if you look at my Pinterest, then you'd find a whole bunch of inspiration for other new things I would love to build. Now it's not quitting. Anyways. All right, so more to do. But I think it's time to end the stream. I gotta say I'm really disappointed with that hair package. Not working on a Mac, what a shame. I'll have to load up my PC and play with it. Try to play with it. There we go. Let's quit now. Oh, there is more actually. I've been making my own materials using Substance Alchemist. And unfortunately, that started crashing on me too, and I actually lost a shit ton of work. I've even been scanning my own stuff for it, but I've made a whole bunch of stuff. This is only a handful of the textures I've been making, and I've used my own photos. I'm making my own presets, doing all this stuff. And I've got wood and walls and stone and paths and grounds and floors. And one of them has a bug where suddenly like I just lost all my work. And there were like 50 textures in there. And I was so pissed off. Yeah. That's from a long time ago. I guess I was taking pictures of trees for some reason. This is really old too. Weapon ideas. Ideas for dungeons, wall tops. Anyways, that's that. hate Unreal. Unreal always gives me a headache. So no, sound effects are one of those things that are amazing, but I never feel like anyone buys my stuff because of them. I see people talk about them. I saw a Game from Scratch talked about the Humble Bundle and talked about how they come with sound effects as a selling point, but they cost a lot of money to make. Although I did find a guy on Fiverr who I said I'd get back to, and I haven't gotten back to, about doing sound effects, so maybe I'll do that. The whole point of the Humble Bundle is supposed to fund a lot of stuff like that, where I feel like, okay, there's a big chunk of change, let me spend it on other people, and they can have it instead, but I get sound effects or something. So, yeah. I have to have a talk to you? The trees were not for the treant. That was 6 years ago. Oliver, do you do sound effects or just wailing? Oliver's a voiceover actor, by the way. So there's that. It's true. And there's a whole movie about banshees coming out. It's an Irish movie. All right, that's it. I'm getting tired. I need to sleep early tonight. Tomorrow I'm helping my friend move rocks. Literally move rocks. The whale. What does a banshee whale sound like? I won't look it up on the stream because I don't want to get copyright thing, but yeah, I wonder what a banshee whale sounds like. All right, everyone keeps saying banshee requires a whale. Yeah. Okay. Many connections, huh? Okay, well, we'll talk. For now, I am going to sign off. And I want to thank you all for participating. It's been a lovely conversation ever since because of perhaps the hair not working and just crashing on a Mac. And so don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the Humble Bundle. I know you guys already have, but for anyone else watching who hasn't, check out the Humble Bundle. Were there any more sales during the stream? 2837, up to 5 more. Not bad. That will fund one sound. Unfortunately, we only get like 40% of the revenue from this, so it's kind of low, but that's okay. I still take it, and it will pay for a lot of new stuff, and we like new stuff to be released at Infinity PBR, don't we? All right, thanks everybody. Have a great night and a great weekend, and I will talk to you another time.